All right, thanks, guys. The Hornets take on the Sixers, 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off in South Philly. The Sixers open 5.5 up to -6. Totals 225 even. 63% are leaning Charlotte, 52% shaded toward the over. And at the moment, the Hornets are plus 210 for some money line cash. Now, Charlotte's 7-4 ATS overall, 3-2 against the spread away from home. The Charlotte offense is putting up 115 points per game. They're also shooting 80% from the line. Meanwhile, on the other side, Philadelphia is just 5-7 against the spread overall. They're shooting 43% from the field on their home court. And scoring-wise, Charlotte is 3-2 to the under in their games away from home. So with all that said and done, got to take an underdog to start off the show. Give me Charlotte +6 and the under 225 in this one. Next game, Wizards Magic, 7 o'clock tip-off in Orlando, Eastern Standard Time. Washington opened up -3, now just -2.5. Total opened 218.5, down to 217 and a hook. Currently, Washington is taking 58% of the tickets. Also, 58% of the betting public is shaded toward the over. And at the moment, Orlando's plus 130 for some money line cash. Now, the Wizards are just 2-8 straight up overall. 2-8 against the spread in those 10 ball games. This Washington defense is giving up 121 points per contest. They're also giving up 124 points per contest away from home. Meanwhile, on the Magic side of things, they successfully covered the number in 4 out of their last 6 games, taking on the Wizards. Now, scoring-wise, we're looking at 8-3 to the under overall, 6-1 to the under at home for these Orlando Magic. So with all that said and done, 2 underdogs in a row. Give me Orlando +3 after buying the hook, and the over 217.5 in this one. All right, folks, just want to quickly welcome you to the show. I got some lines and personal leans out for Friday's NBA action. Happy Friday, everyone. The weekend is already here. Can't believe it, man. Time flies. But anyway, before we get into some more of that, I just want to quickly remind you to check me out at patreon.com/BrockPage. With a documented win percentage of 60% for the entire year of 2017, you're certainly costing yourself some valuable information each and every day you're not subscribed. Now, memberships begin at just $1.99 per month. There's also plenty of free content there as well. So once again, please feel free to just hit that pause button right now, open up your browser. All you got to do is type in patreon.com/BrockPage. It'll only take you a few seconds. The link is in the description section below. And if you are a current patron of mine and you're currently watching me right now, I simply cannot thank you enough. You most certainly make it all worth it. With all that said and done, let's go ahead and hop right back into some more lines and personal leans for Friday's NBA action. All starts Eastern Standard Time. And on deck, we've got Pistons, Hawks. That is a 7:30 tip-off in Atlanta. Detroit's -5. Total open 224.5, down to 224 flat. 70% are leaning Detroit, 71% shaded toward the under. And at the moment, the Hawks are plus 175 at home for some money line cash. Now, the Pistons are 4-1 straight up in their games as the favorite, 3-2 against the spread away from home. This Detroit defense is allowing just 109 points per contest away from home. Their opponents are only shooting 44% from the field when Detroit plays them in their house. All right, so Detroit on the road, they're just allowing 44% shooting from the field from their opponents. Meanwhile, on the other side, Atlanta, they failed to cover in 4 out of their last 6 at home, taking on Detroit. Atlanta's also lost 6 out of their last 7 ball games straight up. Now, scoring-wise, we're looking at 5-1 to the over in these teams' last 6 head-to-head meetings in the city of Atlanta. So with all that said and done, give me Detroit -5 and the over 224 in this one. Next game, Pacers, Heat, 8 o'clock Miami. The Heat open 1 up to -1.5. Total open 214 and a hook, down to 212 even. 63% are leaning Indiana, 55% shaded toward the under. And at the moment, the Pacers are plus 105 for some money line cash. Now, the Heat are 3-2 straight up in their games at home, 3-2 against the spread in that very same category. Miami's giving up just 104 points per contest in their games at home. Meanwhile, the Pacers on the other side, they failed to cover in 4 out of their last 6 games away from home. They only scored 106 points per contest on offense in those games. And scoring-wise, Miami did go 7-3 to the over overall, 3-2 to the over in their games on their home court. So with all that said and done, I'm going to go ahead and lean toward the Miami Heat -1 after buying the half a point and the over 212 in this one. Next game at Nets-Nuggets, 9 o'clock tip-off in the Mile High City. Denver's -9.5, total open 210.5 up to 212 and a hook. 64% are leaning Denver, 78% shaded toward the over. And at the moment, Brooklyn's +435 for some money line cash. Now, Brooklyn's 2-3 against the spread in their last 5, just 3-8 straight up in their last 11 ball games in Denver. This Denver defense is allowing just 101 points per contest at home. They're also 6-0 straight up in their games in Denver, undefeated on their home court. Now, scoring-wise, Denver's 9-2 to the under so far for the season, 4-2 to the under in their games at home. Meanwhile, on the Brooklyn side, they're 6-5 to the under themselves, 4-2 to the under in their games away from home. So with all that said and done, I'm going to lean toward the Denver Nuggets -9 after buying the half a point and the under 212.5 in this one. Next game, Celtics Jazz, 9:30 tip-off in Utah. The Jazz are -5, totals 206.5. 53% are leaning Utah, 71% shaded toward the over, and at the moment Boston's +$1.85 for some money line cash. Now Boston is 2-5 against the spread in their games away from home, 2-9 against the spread in their last 11 away from home, dating back to last season. The Celtics offense is putting up just 102 points per contest on the road this season. Meanwhile, on the other side, Utah opened as the 3.5-point favorites and are still taking action. They opened 3.5 up to 5 already, and Utah did go 8-3 to the over so far in the season, 4-1 to the over in their games at home. So with all that said and done, I'm going to make the chalky play in this one. Boston normally doesn't play good on the road. Give me Utah -5 and the over 206.5 in this one. All right, next and final game for the show. It is going to be Timberwolves Kings, 10 o'clock tip-off in Sacramento. The T-Wolves are -3.5, totals 232. 55% are leaning Minnesota, 84% shaded toward the under right now. And at the moment, Sacramento's +$1.50 for some money line cash. Now, Sacramento's 8-3 against the spread overall this season, 4-0 against the spread on their home court. The Sacramento offense is putting up 119 points per contest in the Golden One Center, shooting 47% from the field. Meanwhile, on the other side, the T-Wolves are winless in their last 4 straight games, just 1-3 against the spread in that very same category. The T-Wolves are also 0-5 straight up in their last 5 road games. Now, scoring-wise, Minnesota's 5-2 to the under in their games on the road. Sacramento 3-1 to the under in their games at home. So with all that said and done, I'll take the underdogs at home. Give me Sacramento +4 after buying the hook and the under 232 in this one. All right, folks, that is going to do it for some NBA picks. We are going to slide into some college basketball. And, hey, we're actually covering one of those games. But I'm going to work backwards. I am going to start with the late games and then work back to the early games. So I'm actually going to start off with Yale taking on Cal. Now, that's an interesting matchup. That's going to be played in Shanghai. So, anyway, Yale taking on Cal, 11 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Shanghai. Yale open -3 up to -3.5. Total open 139.5 down to 137 and a hook. 53% are on Cal, 55% shaded toward the under, and at the moment Cal is +$1.70 for some money line cash. Now this this Yale defense, they're allowing 74 points per contest overall, 76 points per contest on the road. Those numbers and figures dating back to last season, of course. Yale also went 7-12 straight up in their games away from home last year. Meanwhile, on the Cal side, they scored 72 points per contest in their games at home. Once again, this is a neutral site game, but Cal certainly had the ability to put up some points last season. So with all that said and done, I like a little bit of an upset here. Give me Cal +4 after buying the half a point and the over 137.5 in this one. All right, next game of interest, UC Irvine taking on Texas A&M. That's a 9:30 tip-off this evening. Texas A&M -5. Total open 144 down to 142. 70% leaning toward the Aggies. And UC Irvine +190 for some money line cash. Now UCI beat Idaho 86-68 in their opener.